All right, guys, so on this video here, we're going to be talking a little bit about how to overcome the victim mindset, okay? So we talked about being a victim and what being a victim is, but a lot of times in life, people will discuss with you what they want you to change, but they don't tell you how to change it, okay? So on this video here, what we're going to be talking about is how to overcome the victim mindset and the 3 things that it takes to actually help you do so, all right? So let's go ahead and dive into this. Now, the one thing I want you to understand, if you have a victim mindset or you make excuses or blame others for the things that you have in your life, it's not necessarily your fault because you don't know what you don't know. And that's the whole point of this program, to enlighten you and to share with you the things that you may not know, okay? Now, I have put myself in a position to where I had a victim mindset, and I think we all have at times made an excuse, blame somebody else for what has happened in our life, or blamed our circumstances on the results that we get, right? So that's why I'm able to touch on this and openly share with you these 3 tips that will truthfully help you overcome having a victim mindset. Now, number 1, and I want you to write these down and I want you to really dig deep on these, and I want you to assess how these things can change in your life and how, if you take these things out of your life, it will change your life. And after you write these down and really look this over, I want you to ask yourself what you could do to change those 3 things. And then I want you to burn the paper, okay? So the first thing is this: blaming other people for the outcome of the things you have in your life, okay? Now, this is very hard. What if a boss fires you? What if a boyfriend or girlfriend breaks up with you? What if somebody cuts you off when you're driving, okay? Those are all things that will happen in your life. However, what you do once those things happen determines whether you have a victim mindset or a champion mindset or an abundance mindset, okay? So let's say somebody cuts you off at the light. You have a choice to flip them off and cuss them out and get upset, right? Or you can say, it's just part of life. That just happens. It's cool. Just wave at them and keep going. Or you could say, maybe they're having a bad day. Maybe that person, is just pissed off. Maybe that person just lost their job. Maybe that person just got divorced. Maybe that person's just an asshole. But nonetheless, other people have stuff going on too. So it's not just about us. So that is step number 1. Don't blame other people for your shortcomings or for making you upset or anything like that, okay? Those are called insecurities. And when the word "in" on the very beginning of it, that's inside yourself. Nobody can change what's inside you besides you, okay? Number 2, focusing on what it is that you do not want, okay? So if you're focusing on what you don't want, you're more than likely gonna attract that, okay? Because you're coming from a place of lack. So if you focus more on what it is that you do want, even though things that you don't want are happening, then you're gonna push that victim mindset out and you're gonna start to act as if and believe you can have what it is that you want, which is step number 2, okay? Now, the most important part of this isn't to tell you that, if you've had a victim mindset or if you've ever had self-doubt or if somebody's ever cut you off and you got upset, you're a bad person. Because there are times where that is going to happen. The problem is dwelling on the things that you don't want, dwelling on situations that you can't control, and also, lacking the realistic capability to understand that, hey, like, there is an alternate decision you can make when shit happens that you don't want it to happen. Okay, so that's very important with that. Now, number 3, this one's extremely hard for people to swallow, okay? Because most people don't want to accept that their lifestyle is in direct proportion of the decisions that they make daily. But number 3 on overcoming the victim mindset is you have to accept, you absolutely have to accept that everything that is up to this point in your life has been in direct proportion of the decisions that you've made in your life. You have to take full 100% responsibility for everything that happens in your life. Now you may be thinking, well, what about, if I was abused as a kid, or if I grew up in a single parent home, or I grew up with an alcoholic father, or this or that, okay? The reality is that thing, that happens to more people than you realize, okay? I grew up in a home with a single mother that took care of us on little to no money, but she did her very best with me. And she did her very best with my sister. And my dad was never really around. He was in and out of prison. He, did drugs. And I had kind of the stereotypical life for majority of young black males. I mean, statistically, you know what I'm saying? So, and I'm not saying that other people don't have it worse or I had it extremely worse than everybody else. But what I'm saying is that like I have siblings that have made different decisions than I've made because that's their decision. But then the decisions that I've made haven't been just because I was given a silver spoon. It's because I've made a decision that the things that I didn't want for my life, I was going to take action on and I was going to change. I, at one point, struggled with speed reading, okay? Reading on a comprehension level to where I could just get things. So instead of me making an excuse and blaming it on other people, well, I don't have a dad in the home, well, my mom's taking care of me and my sister and she's working 2 jobs, or well, this or that. Instead of making those excuses, what I did was I took action by audiobooks, okay? I took action by saying, I might not be able to read as fast, but what I can do is I can take notes on the things that make it hard for me to succeed. And then I can go back and I can relearn the things that I struggle with. Or I could put more effort into the things that I'm not good at, right? So that's what I mean by taking full responsibility. You have to take mental ownership of your life, of the problems that are happening in your life, and you have to ask yourself on a daily basis, what can I do each day to improve from where I was the day before? If you do that consistently, I guarantee you success. I guarantee it. There's no way that you can fail if on a daily basis you take measure and you track the measure that you're taking and you progressively put it on paper every day or put it in your mind every day that, okay, I'm going to do what I can today to do better than I did yesterday. And no matter who's around me, no matter who's an asshole, no matter who tells me I can't have this, no matter what the color of your skin is, no matter what you look like, no matter how fat you are, no matter how tall you are, no matter how short you are, how skinny you are, how poor you are, how rich you are, I promise you, if you take a moment every single day to ask yourself, what can I do to increase today more than yesterday, you will succeed. And the victim mindset will disappear. I encourage you to do this for 30 days. This is going to be hard, okay? Very, very hard. It's not a physical thing. It's a mental thing. But what I want you to do to overcome this victim mindset is I want you for 30 days to not speak any evil or any bad on yourself. And I want you to not speak any evil or bad on anybody else around you, no matter what they do or say. I want you to speak life, love, and abundance on everybody you see. If they're an asshole, I want you to say, this person's an asshole, but I know deep down inside there's some good in that person. This person may not be doing what I think is right, but they probably have a reason for acting or doing the thing that they do. If you wake up and you don't feel like doing anything, if you wake up and you're like, I don't feel like getting out the house, I don't feel like working out, I don't feel like going to work, I don't feel like taking care of my kids, I don't feel like taking care of my husband or my wife, etc. What I want you to say is, I don't feel like this, but I have faith and believe that I will take the necessary action to succeed today. If you lost your job today, I want you to say, I lost this job today, but the universe, God, is going to provide me with a better one, and that's why I lost this one. If you don't have any money in your bank account, I want you to say, you know what? You don't have the money in your bank account, but you're still alive. And the best is yet to come because you have an opportunity today in the richest country that's ever been known, which is America, with opportunities all around you, regardless of your race, to succeed. It doesn't matter if it's McDonald's or digging ditches or real estate or selling cars or working at Walmart or Target. There's opportunities out there, okay? And if you do what it takes each day to be better than the day before, you can become the manager, you can become the CEO, you can become the lead of the job you work at, even if it's digging ditches or construction or whatever it is. You can start at the bottom and work your way to the top if you overcome a victim mindset, okay? I want this video to be longer than the other videos, and so I'm going deep on this video because I want you to realize that the success that you've had in your life is not in direct proportion of your race, your religion, or anything else. It's all in direct proportion of you. Whenever you take mental ownership of the things that happen in your life, and you stop blaming other people, and you stop putting it on race, and you stop putting it on what you look like, and your culture, or what you believe, and you just go inside yourself and realize what it is that you truthfully want, and you ask yourself, what's actually holding me back? Why am I being held back? You'll find out that it's actually you. You've been given every single tool around you. At any given time, everything that you need to accomplish any goal that you want is within reach. Every moment of every second of every single day, every single thing that you need is right inside of you. And the faster you figure that out, the easier it will be for you to overcome a victim mindset. All right, go to the next video.